Hello heroes, it's Dr. Zaino with Hero Fuel with just a few minutes a day for your mind, your body, and your future. And today we're going to be talking about not being satisfied. How no satisfaction, as the Rolling Stones used to sing, is actually the main starting point of all achievement. So do you feel unsatisfied in any area of your life? Do you wake up and you just have that sense of just, not being satisfied? You're grateful, but not satisfied. Understand, no satisfaction or that not being satisfied was the starting point of every major achievement in history. And so thank you so much for you guys. If you don't know who I am, I'm Dr. Zaino. I built one of the largest wellness clinics in the world, one Mr. America, one Mr. Universe, just a bunch of cool stuff. But I'm also the creator of the IAmHeroProject, which is the most relevant stuff that I have for you today. And our last live yesterday was insane. It had like 1,600 at least views, which is awesome. So you want more? So I actually prepared this time. So we're going to talk about not being satisfied. Not being satisfied, it's been the starting point of every and all achievements. Just think, there was a time when someone says, I am not satisfied with this, and it caused their mind to do what? Create something more. So not being satisfied, even though it tends to lead people to being depressed and frustrated and anxious, it is actually allowing your mind to expand for a better way. The keyword's a better way. Just think, I'm talking on phones right now. So just someone had a pager or a rotary phone and be like, there's got to be a better way. And they weren't satisfied. And then they had the cell phones. Remember those? I had that big old cell phone. And that thing, you had to carry the battery pack. It was a couple bucks per minute. And someone's like, I'm not satisfied with this. This is crap. There's got to be a better way. Steve Jobs says there has to be a better way. I'm not satisfied. And so not being satisfied, that is not a bad place to be. It's the best place to be. It's one of the best things because it allows your mind to grow. So I got it go right here. It stimulates the mind for greater action. So when you're not satisfied in some area, work, relationships, finances, and health, when you're not satisfied, it stimulates the mind for greater action. For instance, how many of you look in the mirror, let's do health. You look in the mirror and you're totally disgusted with what you see. You're so pissed off, you let your body out of shape, and that moment of disgust does what? It stimulates you right into action. So it needed to take a point where you were not satisfied or you were upset. It needed some type of emotional unsatisfaction to shift you into action to doing something amazing. There's a patient of mine, he lost over 100 pounds. And I was like, well, you've been coming here for so long. What was this time? And he's like, it was a time I really looked in the mirror and I hit a new level of unsatisfaction or disgust, as he would call it. And he goes, the level of disgust was just that more powerful, just that more sinking into my heart, that I immediately clicked. I switched over and I said, I'll never go back to that again. And here he lost 100 pounds. So, no satisfaction stimulates the mind for greater action. Also, there's two things, there's two, that cause your mind to grow out of necessity. So when you get to that, I'm not satisfied, and this necessity happens, there's two things. It's the urge of desire and the urge to create. So just think, when they had horse and buggies, right? Someone's like, there's got to be a better way. I'm unsatisfied. I got to be someplace quicker. And so they didn't think about making a faster horse. Then Henry Ford's like, I'm going to make a car. I could go faster. And then we weren't satisfied with the car. So someone's like, we need to do it on boat, faster boats. Not satisfied with that. We need to have we look at birds. And they said, listen, we're not satisfied with the birds and how they're flying. We need to learn how to fly. So now you have faster cars instead of horse and buggy, or actually people pushing things on a cart, to an animal pushing the cart, to an electric motor or gasoline motor, to flying airplanes, and to race boats, because someone wasn't satisfied. And so two things happen when you're not satisfied. It creates a necessity, and the necessity is either out of desire, you desire something strong, you don't like a certain way, or it's the desire to create something new, innovative, something to make your life easier, to shrink time and move forward. Again, if you like this, hit the like, hit the share, lots of hearts, lots of fist bumps, share this, because how many people out there, including yourself, including myself, we hit a level of disgust and we're not satisfied, but then at the same time, we got to be like, no, we're blessed. I can't be ungrateful. No, you're unsatisfied because you, in that process, are stimulating your mind to grow. You're stimulating your mind to look for something better. not being satisfied created all the amazing stuff that we're doing in our lives right now. All the nice, convenient, effective, efficient things is because someone was disgusted and unsatisfied at a current state. And because of that, their mind grew, they developed, they had a desire, and they created something efficient. And we could do that in every single area of your life. When you realize that I don't have any satisfaction feeling is actually a feeling of you growing. It's that hero guidance system. It's something that, it's causing creative ideas and imagination. I love this, right? I wrote this down when I was thinking about this. Whenever a person becomes determined to do, whenever a person becomes determined, they actually do it. That's it. I mean, that comes down to that. So you have this obsessive, definitive desire. When someone is determined for something, good or bad, whatever it is, but when you see someone who's determined, they wind up doing it. And where does determination come from? Determination is born out of unsatisfaction. It's determined of getting frustrated. It's determined of, because when you get frustrated because you're not satisfied with the situation, and that creates whatever. It creates anger. It creates the necessity to be determined, right? It usually sounds like this. I'll never let that happen again, right? How many times did something happen over and over in your life and you do the line in the sand, you're like, that'll never happen again, and it doesn't, all right? You set the new boundaries, you're determined. So whatever you're looking at right now, anything great in your life, you were determined over. That's why you got it. That's why you achieved it. So understand, anything that you're determined in, you will achieve. And so one thing right here, I love this last quote I wrote down, because when this stuff comes in my head, I write it down. That's another thing I do. All you guys got great ideas. You got to write them down. If you don't write them down, they float away. And the best ideas, $1 million ideas, come out of you every single day. And I wrote this down. It really is a good one. There is no greater curse. There is no greater curse than the perception of idleness. There is no greater curse than the perception of total idleness. Right? When you feel idle, when things get idled in your life, or you feel you're not moving forward, but you're not moving back, you feel like you're just idling, there is no greater curse than that. Because out of the idleness, nothing happens. There's no change. There's no winning. There's no forward progress. And like I said, notice I said there's no greater curse than the perception of idleness. Now, what do I mean by perception? If you're watching this and you think, hey, I've been living the same friggin' life for years. I wake up, I go to work, I come home, I see the kids, I eat, I go to bed. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. And you tend to think you're living an idle life, but you're not. That's the perception of an idle life. When you start to realize that you are winning. What I mean by winning is, that's why if you journal on a daily basis saying, okay, what are my targets today? 2 or 3 targets. What are my wins today? And you get to see the little wins. I made an extra sales call today. I met someone new today. I had a different opportunity today. I did my diet today. Whatever that is. So when you start controlling, these are my wins on the day. So you're winning. You're not idle. You're winning. You're baby stepping forward. And then you write down, what are the unknowns I had today? Well, the unknowns is, hey, I got an email and I connected with this person and they have an idea of this and we're working on this. Or you learned something, you watched this. This was an unknown for you today. This was a win for you today. So when you realize that when you just have the perception of everything's just blah in my life, I'm not satisfied. It's all a perception. But understand that perception of not being satisfied, the perception of being idle, all that does is that becomes the starting point of all advancement in your life. That way, so if you're feeling unsatisfied in any way, shape, or form, in your relationship, in your business, in your finances, or in your health, that's good news. That's why I say this is good. This is a good news because this is the starting point of all advancement in your life in those areas. But you need to choose to do so. And like if you watched yesterday, watch yesterday. So how do you do it? You start to confront those areas. That was yesterday's IG or live. Check that out. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. So I want to let you guys know that if you feel any type of dissatisfaction in your life, you're not ungrateful at all. You are a human being. You're a creative being. That's what we do. And if people weren't dissatisfied in life, we would not have all the amazing technological advances. I mean, the fact that I have water coming into my house and I have electricity and I could sit and do this with you guys, it's because someone was so pissed off and dissatisfied and so bummed at a current situation, it was a starting point of advancement. It made them think of, what if we could have plumbing that goes into a house? How if we could get electricity into a house? Just imagine all the things that happened because someone wasn't satisfied. And wasn't because they were gifted or anything. It's the same feeling that you have as well. So put your unsatisfaction to work. Realize, what are you not satisfied about? Allow your mind to start advancing in that direction to make things better, not just for you, but maybe you'll come up with something, a plan, idea, or a strategy that'll help millions of people around the world. So I appreciate you guys so much. If you really like this, please hit the share, hit the like, also follow if you haven't followed. Share it if it's on IGTV, share it if it's on Facebook Live, share it. Also, if you have not checked out my masterclass for you guys on how to resurrect your hero, yes, your hero, that's buried inside you, just go to IAmHero.com/register. That's IAmHero.com/register. Also follow us on Instagram or Facebook and YouTube. We're all there. I answer all my questions. I answer all the messages. You just put the messages down. I'll talk about it. If you want a topic you want me to talk about, if you're struggling with something, let me know. I know I could help you because I've been through the same thing. Have amazing days, guys, and we'll see you soon. Maybe tomorrow or maybe next week. God bless.